Hi, this is Joe Welsh from the Core Advantage program. How are you today? Today with me, I have Matt Sievert, who's with NelsonSievert.com. And what they do is specialize in loyalty program. Matt, how are you this morning?
Doing great, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful Friday here.
Wow, likewise
Matt,
here in Kansas City.
what I'd like to do is kind of start off, just let you talk a little bit about your program and what you do and who's those kinds of things.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Matt Sievert. I'm one of the co-owners of NelsonSievert.com, and we're a marketing technology firm. And really, what we do is we help restaurant owners, work less and make more money. And we do that by helping them with some strategies with loyalty that are really all about working smarter and not harder. The types of clients that we're looking for are really restaurant owners that are already successful, but they want to take their game to the next level.
Okay. Matt, in the question of the ideal customer, is it a regional chain? Is it an independent? Is there, kind of volume levels you like to see?
The program that we've got designed here it really doesn't matter whether you're a smaller local restaurant or whether you're a regional chain, a local chain. It's set up in a way that if you've got a loyal following, then this is something that could be implemented for your business. Obviously, the bigger the business is, the more the more impact this can have. But truly, it doesn't really matter whether you're the small mom and pop shop or whether you're the regional chain.
Matt, when we first met, what I liked about your program, it's not necessarily your traditional loyalty program. It's kind of a couple of different twists and turns to it, which I think in today's economy is necessary for restaurants. Why don't you talk a little bit about your program and what makes it different?
Yeah, sure. So when people think about loyalty programs right now, we can go back a little ways, even though you still see it sometimes, but you have the traditional punch card, right? And to me, that was really my first understanding of loyalty, even as a young kid, when we would get a punch card for for a restaurant or the ice cream place or the putt golf place, and you go and they'd stamp your card, and you'd come back and they'd stamp your card, and eventually after 10 visits or so, they'd give you something, right? They'd give you a free round of putt or a free appetizer or something. So that was kind of the traditional means, and what's happened is they kind of took that physical punch card and turned it into a digital thing now, and we have points and rewards that go on, right? And a lot of businesses are using these points and rewards systems, where you go in again and you do business, they give you some points. After you accumulate enough of those points, then they give you some value. And we look at that, and we're looking at today's day and age, and we're going, man, people in today's day and age want instant gratification. They don't want delayed gratification. They don't want to wait around for this. And so what we've discovered is that by following a model that's more similar to like an Amazon Prime, where you're getting benefits instantly, that's what the customer wants, and that's what ends up bringing more value to the restaurant. So if you can set up a system where your loyalty is designed on giving that loyal customer value every time they come in, instead of dangling a carrot and saying, hey, just keep on coming in, just 9 more visits and then you're going to get something. That's not the way to level up in today's market. It certainly doesn't set you apart from what the competition is doing, because at current, that is the way most loyalty programs work, and ours is taking a different look at that.
Well, the other look at that, which I found quite interesting, yes, you are right that it's that instant gratification and to get people coming back because they're going to recognize value. But your program has an additional component, which is a revenue stream for the merchant. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So kind of like I mentioned there with Amazon Prime, we noticed how they're charging a membership up front to people, and then still people come on and shop and buy stuff from them all day long. And so we realized that if we could do something similar for the restaurants, this was going to be a very powerful thing, because what happens is when you pay for a membership for something up front, then you become a more loyal customer. You come in more often, you spend more money, you become more of an advocate. And so what we've done is we've set this platform up where we create a VIP or a paid loyalty program for our restaurant clients. So now, instead of just coming in and getting a deal, these customers are paying in advance every month, anywhere from, $25 to $30 to be an actual VIP member of that restaurant. And in exchange for that monthly fee, they're getting some instant benefits at those restaurant locations that encourage them to keep coming back in.
If you think about Amazon and you think about places like Costco and Sam's, they're all membership type programs. So it is understood in the marketplace. The interesting thing that I remember from things that I've read is that for Sam's, Costco, and Amazon, that membership fee just kind of drops right to the bottom line. That's profit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the great thing about having this membership fee, we look back on things like COVID, and during that time, it was very difficult for a lot of businesses, and they didn't have a revenue stream that was coming in. They were just crossing their fingers, hoping that this transition of, trying to move over to a pickup type or a carry out type of business was going to work for them and register with their customer base. And, they didn't necessarily have that revenue stream coming in, and it was a tough time. And so one of the reasons that we started creating this product for the initial client in the beginning was because he recognized that, man, I can't be in this position again. I need to make sure that I have a revenue stream coming in every single month that gives me the power to do things in advance. So, having that cash flow allows you to start planning a lot better. It starts to allow you to pay for things that you want. It helps with growth. And if you have that predictable money coming in like that every single month, it's a game changer for a business. And, it's a completely different revenue stream, right? It's something that the restaurant owner is not really familiar with or hasn't really had before as a way of generating revenue. Other industries have done it. And we're really trying to bring that to the restaurant industry to show them that, hey, man, there's a lot of value from having paid members.
If you think about changes to the industry with the pandemic, your program is one. It's an additional revenue stream. You look at ghost kitchens, which is an additional revenue stream coming out of the same kitchen.
Yep.
And you look at how online ordering really skyrocketed. Where I not read an article. I know this has happened to my clients where we have online ordering. It's basically, as one guy said, it quadrupled the size of my restaurant. And by that meaning, he says, I don't have to rely or be held captive to the amount of seats in my business. I'm open all the time. I come in, I got orders. Yeah. So the revenue stream is a real thing. Yeah. Let's talk about loyalty programs in general. What 3 things would you recommend that restaurants look at when saying, do I need a loyalty program or not?
Yeah. Well, real quick, as we segue into that, I think it's important that, what's going on right now with most restaurant owners that I'm seeing from a marketing side and from a standpoint of trying to generate that new business is largely devoted to social. They're using social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, TikTok to promote their brand and to try to drive traffic in. And that's fine, but it's an unpredictable way at current to try to do that. Nobody really has a measure on it to know like how successful those posts are and how much revenue they bring in. And so the cool thing about a loyalty program, especially like ours, is all of that's suddenly able to be tracked. We know how successful our campaigns are. We know how much revenue is generated from our platform. We know how many we know how many new customers are coming on and joining the program. And so I think being able to track and see all that is one of the critical things, and one of the reasons I would say definitely have a loyalty program, so you can retain those customers, have a reason for new customers to sign up. It's nice, and it helps from a confidence level as a business owner to know these numbers and know that I'm going to get these predictable results every month by having this platform in place. So with that being said, as you're thinking about, well, what do I want out of a loyalty program? What should it be like? The first thing I would say is just make sure that whoever you're working with on your loyalty program, that they specialize in that and they're willing to take the time to understand your business and your goals and what you're really trying to accomplish. Because, there's a lot of loyalty programs out there, and, a lot of them are being run through the point of sale systems, Toast or Square or whatever you might be using. And just keep in mind that those things are, cookie cutter in a sense. They're kind of designed as a one size fits all model. And with that being said, it doesn't give you the full capabilities of the things that you're going to want out of a loyalty program. One of those things being, like I said, that our programs do, we're providing those instant benefits up front to customers. And I'd say that's the number two thing. So one, work with somebody that's going to take the time to understand your business and build you what you need. Two, create a program that gives people benefits right away. Don't set up a loyalty program that requires people to come in and get a point here and a point there. That's not separating you from the competition. You need to be giving people a reason to come in every single day, and getting a point or getting more points on your card or whatever it is not it's not a reason that's going to move people off the couch to get them to come in. But if they know they've got something waiting for them, it's a totally different thing. And so that would be number two. And number three, if you're going to set up a loyalty program, have a VIP aspect of it, or have a paid aspect of your loyalty program. What we've discovered is the people that pay for a membership spend so much more at the restaurants than people that don't pay. They come more often, they spend more money, they share it and talk to their friends more about it. I mean, those people are, those are critical at this point to the business model of the clients that I'm working with. So get a paid membership on there and figure out how you can get your customers to be paying for something in advance that you can provide them on the back end.
As I listened to you speak there, I was thinking of gasoline credit card companies. There's a big one and there's another big one. The one company that I have, if I put it in, it automatically reduces the price at the pump. Instant gratification.
That's right.
The other company, I got to put a card in. I get 2 to 3 times rewards. I never get a statement. I'm saying there's no value in this program to me. So in all honesty, I don't use that program.
Yeah. Well, and it makes it more confusing too. Like, it really just complicates it. It's so easy for you to understand that I slide my card, this gas card in here, and my gas just went down 3 cents a gallon or whatever. That's instant. It makes sense. And we as humans can make sense of that. When you tell me that I've got some points going into some place somewhere, it just becomes more convoluted and harder to understand. Like, how do I access those things? How do I redeem those things? There's a lot more that goes into it. We like to keep things simple, especially once you start tying it into technology, right? And so we're building these apps for our customers, and we want that app to be simple and easy because technology can be challenging for people. So the simpler you can keep it, the better.
One of the things you said to me when we first met, and it kind of really rung true, was other industries have adapted this and been using it. And the restaurant industry, it's just starting to take hold.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good chance it's not going to confuse consumers. They're used to it. So how do you take advantage of it? So with that in mind, can you give me an example of one of your clients and just a highlight of some of the benefits that they're seeing from your program?
Sure. So, I said in 2020, we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of launching Martin City Brewing Company's paid membership program here in Kansas City. So when we launched their program, they had 4 restaurant locations. 3 of them were these pizza and tap room concepts, and the 4th one was more of a kind of a standard pub atmosphere. And so we put their program together and launched it in 2020, October 2020. So we're coming up on 2 years. And when I looked at the numbers today, in that amount of time, he has personally brought in $400,000 in VIP dues. So just in that membership dues alone, like you talked about with like an Amazon Prime membership or a Costco membership, just the membership dues alone have produced $400,000 in revenue for him. He's now got about 1,050, 1,060 VIP members that pay that $27 a month to be a member. Now, that's great that he's collected all that revenue, but the real kicker is on the back end of it. Those 1,000 people are worth in revenue $4 million to him. That's what's connected to that. So those VIP customers come in, they use their app, they redeem their benefits, and those 1,000 people are worth $4 million in revenue to him over those last 2 years. And that's all trackable. That's all stuff that he can see within his system. So then he's got a whole nother section of people that are his freemium members, 15,000 people that have a free membership. They get some instant benefits too. Not nearly as good as the paid membership, but benefits that encourage them and incentivize them to keep coming back more and more often. He's got 15,000 of those that he's got a direct connection to too, that are a member, that have the app on their phone. And those people come in on a regular basis as well and spend more money than those that don't have a membership. So he's been an awesome client. He's continued to grow. He's just added on 2 new locations in the last 3 months, and he's got another one opening up at the airport in Kansas City. So his business has just been able to grow tremendously. And what he would say is like, man, this program, not only is it kind of a set it and forget it thing, he doesn't have to do anything with it. He doesn't do any work on it at all. In fact, our clients at this point, they don't even have to pay to have their membership platform and app created. We work on a model where if we can provide you results, then we make money from those membership dues, but we don't charge anything out of pocket to create this and set this up and show that it's going to be successful. We're willing to put some skin in the game and wait for our return when you get yours.
I've told you before, I'm a big believer in pay per performance, because you've said a couple things here which are definitely proving their worth. Everything's trackable. You know who's doing what. That's one big key thing. You've got membership dues providing revenue up front, which is a great thing. You've got the $4 million in associated revenue coming in, which answers the question, what's the lifetime value of a customer? You're able to track that. You know it.
Yeah, I know right now that a VIP member, Joe, is worth at Martin City Brewing Company is worth over $200 a month in revenue at the restaurants.
Wow. Well, you couple that with now you've got the consumer database, which is valuable.
Huge.
You've got, you're tracking all that information. You've got the emails that go with it, the way to communicate directly with them, cut through the clutter and the algorithm of social media. You've got a win-win all the way around there. That's a great program.
Yeah. And what's cool, Joe, is when people post now on social media, when they make posts about some special, or maybe they have a new beer that came out or a new pizza they're introducing. Now, instead of using hashtags at the bottom that direct people or send people elsewhere, we tell people to click this link to either A, sign up and become a member of our club and get some discounts on this stuff. Or if they click that link and they're already a member, it opens straight up to their membership profile and they're ready to go redeem benefits. So, what we've been able to do from a social side is now directly connect social to that person's account. And so that person now is directly connected to those social media posts in a whole different way, not just sort of a, hey, come on in and try our new thing. It's, hey, come on in, click this link to access your account and come on in and use your benefits.
When you think about, restaurants and more or less with Facebook have the organic method is not working for them. So they have to rely I've got to buy ads on Facebook to make it work for me.
Sure.
Your program, completely the opposite. Pay per performance. You get results. Okay. We take a little, but it's all based on results. With Facebook, you're just paying. And as people say to me, I don't know who came in.
Yeah.
If anybody even saw it.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of advantages to your program. And that's why I wanted to get you on the show here, because I think you're bringing something pretty unique to the marketplace here.
Well, thank you, man. I think so too.
Yeah. So why don't you just give people, how can they reach you? How can they learn more about you? And then I know I'm going to do my best to get you in front of folks that I will talk to.
Sure. I would say going to nelsonseifert.com is probably the best first step to take. You can go there, learn a little about me and my partner, our business, and get access to information about our paid loyalty programs and what that looks like. And it'll give you a nice little rundown of what our process looks like, what your expectations can be with it. And like I said, most importantly here is we know for a lot of restaurant owners right now, and just in general, there's a lot of times that you're spending money on marketing efforts to try to get new business or to try to, a new avenue of revenue to come in. And like I said, there's a lot of money spent up front for the sort of that hope marketing that I hope it works. And we're just not fans of that. And so, like I said, to me, what really sets this thing apart and what makes it something really cool is that we're willing to put skin in the game and build this for you and not get anything until you're successful.
Okay. Well, Matt, I appreciate your time. And thank you for the valuable information you've shared with our guests here. And I wish you success with the business. And we'll talk again. Okay.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Joe.
All
Take
right.
care.
Yep.